Hello Yarntistas, this is Colleen with yarnwars.com, and today it is freezing cold outside. It is winter, it is almost Christmas, and it is time to make a snowflake. The supplies you're going to need for this are some yarn, a hook, whatever size hook you choose with whatever yarn you choose, scissors, and a blunt needle for hiding tails. Just remember that the larger the hook size, the larger your snowflake, the thicker the yarn weight, the thicker your snowflake. Adjust as you feel necessary for the project that you are making. So this is a very quick project. I'm calling this one of my power hour projects. You can make several of these in an hour. So you make these to hang in the window, on your Christmas tree, you name it. Fun project. So what we're going to be doing is starting with a slip knot. So we're going to cross over like this and put our working yarn up the back of this loop. And you're just going to pull it through with your fingers or your hook. Make a slip knot, just like that. And then pull it out. Don't pull it out. Okay, we're going to start by chaining 4 and then joining to our first chain made. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And join to our first one made. You'll see that little loop right there. That's the loop we're going to be working into right there. Okay, so real quick, I've had to restart this video a couple times because I'm losing count as I talk. However many points we make here, chain 2 spaces, you'll understand this in a second, is however many points you're going to have. So we are going to work a 6-point star, if I can get my points right. And then you can make a 5-point star as well. You can make however many points you want. Just remember that however many chain 3 spaces that we have here, each one of those is going to be a point. So we're going to start by chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make a single crochet into our center, into that hole. Single crochet right there. So that's our first point. That's going to be a point. So we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, work another single crochet, and that will be our second point. Let's see if I can keep up myself doing this way. Do 3 chains and a single crochet for our third point. 3, 2, 3, single crochet for our fourth point. Go 1, 2, 3, single crochet for our fifth point. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so what we want to do is chain 1, 2, 3. And this time we are going to join to our first single crochet, or not the first single crochet, I'm sorry, to the first chain up here. We're going to just do a slip stitch. And that will give us our 6th point. Okay. So into our first, here's what we're going to do. We're going to slip stitch so that we are actually into that first chain space that we made. Slip stitch. And we are going to chain 2. We're going to work 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets into that first space. So we're going to work 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets, all into that one chain 3 space that we first made. Whoa. All right, there's our first point. Going to our next, we are going chain 1 and work 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets into our next point. And you're going to follow that pattern around till we get to the end, and you should have 6 of these made. So I'll try to get through this kind of quick on screen so that we can just make sure. Chain 1 after you made the last one, and then 2 double crochets, 3 chains, and 2 double crochets into the next chain 3 space. It's going, excuse me, it's going to start feeling a little crowded, guys, so be prepared for that. Steam iron is a good thing to have after this project. So we're going to chain 1 into the next, work our 2, 3 chains, and 2 double crochets. Chain 1 into the next, we're going to do our 2 double crochets, 3 chains. You guys are probably already done with this, aren't you? And 2 double crochets. Okay, we have 1 left. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. So we'll chain 1, work our last 3 chain space. So 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Oh, yay. Finally did it. I keep messing myself up with talk. All right. Here we are going to join into our first double crochet made. So that first double crochet right there, we're going to join with a slip stitch. Like that. Okay? So we have all of our points. And there's the start of our snowflake. So we're going to slip stitch into this next one here. And then we're going to slip stitch into our chain 3 space, one of our corners here. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to work 3 double crochets. We're going to work 3 chains and 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3. Now the 3 chains is helping us to define those points. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Okay, so get some more yarn here, and okay, so now we're going to chain 1, work a single crochet into this space here. There's, before our next point, there are the 2 double crochets here. So into the next space, we're going to work a single crochet. Like that. We are going to slip stitch into our next double crochet here. And then slip stitch into our next corner space. And chain 2. Work the same 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 chains and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. We are going to chain 1, work a single crochet in between those 2 again, like we did before, slip stitch into the next, slip stitch into the next, chain 2, 3 double crochets, three chains, 3 double crochets, up was 1, 2, 3, and we're just continuing around just like we did before. In between those 2, or we'll do a chain 1 first, and then we'll work a single crochet into this one, a slip stitch into our next, and then a slip stitch into the corner. It's some pretty floppy yarn, so 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 3 chains, 3 double crochets, chain 1, single crochet in between those 2 sets of double crochets, slip stitch into the next, slip stitch into your next corner, and begin again. All right, we've only got 2 left, so I'll stop talking. You can finish this part up. Let's just get to the end, and then we'll move on to our next round. We only have 1 left. You could see though how quickly this is going to work out. So okay, so this is our final corner we're making here. We're gonna, when we get to the last corner, we're gonna chain 1 after we've done our double crochets and chains. We're gonna single crochet into that in between space. Excuse me. And then we're going to slip stitch in to that join area right there. Right about the base of that stitch there, that first stitch again. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and it's kind of hard to tell. It's a snowflake or going to be a snowflake. Just remember though, iron, this is decor, so iron is gonna help to flatten this out. If you have any kind of a spray glue or starch or anything you want to spray, I wouldn't suggest starch because it can leave a film and a mess and everything else, but like a glitter glue, if you're using white and you have a gold glitter glue you can get at most craft stores, that would be gorgeous. And no, we're not finished. I'm acting like we are here, but we're not. We have 1 more round. That's all. And then we're done. with our snowflake. So we get to the end and we've done our slip stitch to join, and we are going to chain 1. We're going to join over here again with a slip stitch to our first double crochet. There's 3 double crochets in our first deal here. And this one right here, we're going to join with a slip stitch. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to work a treble crochet into our next stitch. So treble crochet, for those who don't know, you want to wrap your yarn around your hook 2 times. Go into the next stitch and yarn over and pull through. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That simple. We're going to follow immediately into our next stitch with a single crochet. And then we're going to slip stitch into our chain space there. Slip stitch. Next, we're going to chain 2, and into this 3 chain space here, this is one of our corners, we're going to work 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets, all into this space. So we'll do 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets. Then another 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, then 2 double crochets. Okay? So that's what we have. Coming back, you're going to want to find, and sometimes it gets hidden, so make sure you pull your little group over here a little bit so you can see that first stitch. We're going to slip stitch into that. Slip stitch. From here, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to work a treble crochet 2 times around the hook into our next stitch. And then we're going to work a single crochet into the next. We're going to chain 1 and join to the first double crochet in our next set of double crochets in our corner, next corner. So we're going to join with a slip stitch into there. Okay, so I know we go a little different on this end to this end, but this is just to even everything out. So we're just starting over again now that we're in that first double crochet. We're going to chain 3, work a treble crochet into our next stitch, single crochet into the next. Oops. Slip stitch into our next 3 chain space corner. We're going to chain 2, work 2 double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chains, get some more yarn, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets. And then we are going to come and find this first double crochet stitch here. We're going to slip stitch in there. We're going to chain 3. We're going to work a treble into the next stitch. A single crochet into our next. chain 1, and join to our that next corner part right here, our first double crochet with a slip stitch. Starting over, chain 3, treble in the next stitch. Single in the next single crochet. Slip stitch into our 3 chain space corner. Chain 2, 2 double crochets. Chain 3, 2 double crochets. Chain 3, 2 double crochets. Into the first slip stitch. Chain 3, treble into the next. Single crochet into the next. Chain 1, join to the first double crochet in this next set. Okay guys, just keep doing this. I'm going to do one more on camera and then I'm going to let you finish off on your last 2. We'll meet at the end. So we just joined to our first double crochet here with a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, treble into the next. Single into the next. Slip stitch into our corner. I'm going to chain 2, work 2 double crochets, three chains, 2 double crochets, three chains, 2 double crochets. Working backwards, find your double crochet there, slip stitch into that, chain 3, treble into our next. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Can't seem to keep my yarn. Treble. Only actually make a treble. Don't do what I'm doing here. Slipping in and out of here. Single crochet. Chain 1. Join into your first double crochet in your next set. And continue on, guys. We will meet up at the end. I know I sped up in the last part, but you should be able to, if you're having a hard time following the part where I sped up, it's all the same. So you can go back to that same area, you know, to watch the step-by-step a little slower at the very beginning where we started. It's all the same going around to each of our corner points. So go ahead and finish this one. We'll meet back on camera. See you in a bit. Okay, so we are back. I just finished making my last treble crochet here. I'm going to come down into my next stitch with a single crochet. You should be at the end of your project now. And what we're going to do is we're going to join to the base of our, don't chain one like we do at the start of every other one. Or you can, it doesn't make a difference, but we're going to just join down to the base of this first treble crochet cluster deal with a slip stitch at the base of that stitch to bring it all together. Okay, so here we have our snowflake and pressing it out, just hand pressing it. Once you hit it with an iron, and I don't mean hit it, but once you get an iron over this, you're just going to have a beautiful snowflake. That's what you're going to have. I'm not going any further than this. You can make these teeny tiny, I'm sure, with crochet thread. Haven't tried that yet. You could use it with a bigger thread. Just remember that if you up your hook size, you're going to have a larger snowflake. If you have a heavier weight yarn, you're probably going to have a larger snowflake and a thicker snowflake. I love this yarn. This is so much fun to work with. And I think I actually got it at the dollar store when the dollar store sold patent yarn a while back, quite a while back. But I love it. So this is a 6-point snowflake, and you'll see the finished product in the pictures of the video. So this is before I've gotten pictures of them, but I just want to show you real quick another example. I have a 5-point, and it's just a pretty snowflake too. So you can make as many points as you want. You could have so much fun with this, guys. You could put beads on it to really decorate it, you know, some maybe little shimmery beads. If you wanted to make something like this for the holidays, coasters. This would be a great coaster. And it would be perfect size right here. So you could just grab yourself some cotton yarn. Make sure with the coasters that it's something that's a little more absorbent. Cotton yarn, and make 6 to 8 of these things. You could make 6 to 8 of these, I would say, in maybe an hour, maybe a little more. But they're that easy and that fast. I mean, once you get it down pat, it's just, you fly through it. So I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have. I loved making this project. I just started playing with stitches and I thought, oh, that kind of looks like a snowflake. I need to make a snowflake. I need to make a bunch of snowflakes. So it was easy. It was an easy decision to put this pattern up, especially now being the holidays. So ignore all my tails here. I apologize for the mess. I need to clean these up and get ready to put them on display. But thank you so much for joining me, my friends. I so much appreciate all of you, and you guys. It's so much fun to work these up for you guys, and know that my patterns are being used all across the world, all around the world. So I hope you'll subscribe today, and I hope that you'll visit us over on our Facebook group and share your work. We are over at facebook.com/group/yarn wars. You will find all of our social media links right down in the description of this video, along with repeats of the pattern, just to make it easier on you. I do not have a written version of this yet as I'm speaking, but as soon as the written pattern is available for this snowflake, I will also have that linked down in the description of the video. So you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy yarning, my friends. See you soon. Bye-bye.